Hey guys, welcome back. Here we are on the World of Tanks Replays website, and today we're going to try and figure out if there is a broken Tier 10 medium tank. Yesterday we determined that the EBR 105 was absolutely broken and overpowered as a Tier 10 light tank. These are all the replays. Let's sort them here. Tier 10 medium. Show. These are all the replays submitted by thousands and thousands of players with all the medium tanks. Now what's the role of a medium tank? Let's sort these things. Damage, obviously. Which medium tank did the most damage? Let's look at the top 10 results. All right. Let's click this. And what do we get? Number 1, Object 430U. Number 2, a Leopard. Whoa. 11.5 damage. Number 3, Object 430U. STB1. Object 430U. M60. Progetto. Object 430U. Which one's this? STB1 and Object 430U on the bottom. So a range of tanks actually, but quite a few Object 430Us. What allows the Object 430U to be consistently have epic results more than any of the other tanks? Well, we could sort this on blocked damage. Well, if you're blocking a lot of damage, you're not dying quickly, and you might be able to do a lot of damage in return. So let's look at this list. All Object 430U and E50 in there. 9 Object 430Us. Well, the Object 430U looks pretty overpowered compared to the other medium tanks. But what about damage assist? That's another thing that a medium tank may do and is required to do in some cases. And look at this, bat chat. Object 430U, Object 430U, Leopard, Progetto, Object 140, Progetto, bat chat. A little bit more of an even distribution. The bat chat and Progetto winning on damage assist. Sneaky little tanks that can get into, it looks like on the same type of map, open map. But the winner, I think, clearly, the Object 430U. Let's look at the most block damage and the highest damage games. Let's watch those games and find out why is this tank consistently on those extreme. Remember, there's hundreds of thousands of games posted there, and we sorted them for the 10 highest damage games for this patch and the 10 highest blocked damage games. What, 9 out of 10 in the block damage games and 7 out of 10 in the highest damage games is Object 430U. Let's find out why this tank dominates those epic results. And remember, I'm not going to go through the whole statistical how statistics work. Watch the first 5 minutes of yesterday's video where we determined that the EBR 105 was broken as the Tier 10 light tank, and I go over why it's important to look at those extreme results rather than just the averages where you have the average win rate or the average damage or the average damage block by armor may not be that different among tanks, average or mean. It's only when you go to those extreme results where you can see anomalies. I'm not going to explain that again. Let's just watch it. Oh, he's already taken a hit and ammo racked. Oh, Object 430U is not that much of a beast. Oh, now he's facing a hull down Super Conquer, a T-57. He's facing everybody. They're all hull down. What's he going to do? I guess just snap some shots into the Super Conquer's turret. It is, or the E100. Why not just snap it at the E100? You had a pixel showing there. It's no problem. Let's just watch how the Object 430U managed to. You guys don't even know which game we're watching here. Are we going to watch the highest damage game or the highest damage blocked by armor game? This, well, I won't tell you yet. Let's just watch. Now let me, while we watch him just farm these guys and bounce shots. He's farmed the heavy tanks and bounce shots in his medium tank. Here. Snap! Guys, I'll explain it briefly, but you may look at the average damage output of all the Tier 10 medium tanks, and they don't vary a lot because most players fit under the bell curve. The average players, plus or minus, Muppets to pretty good, the hundreds of thousands, are all about the same. And a Muppet driving an Object 430U is not going to dominate. And a Unicom driving the worst medium tank will still do really well. So the averages overlap, and there's going to be a lot of results where this tank does terrible, and a lot of results where the worst tank does great. So you don't see the patterns when you look at just the averages. Goodbye, Super Conqueror. You should have got yourself a medium tank. Oh, that's a formidable opponent. That is a tough nut to crack. But when you look at the Feather Edge, the extreme results, right, where you have the really good players playing all the medium tanks, the really good players play all the really, really good tanks, and they have the best results they can have, then you start seeing some patterns. You start seeing that the really good players, no matter how hard they try, they never really get in the top 10 best results with their AMX 30Bs. Right? They have a hard time doing that. Seems like 9 times out of 10, they're able to block the most damage in their Object 430Us. And what was it? 6 times out of 10, whatever that was, end up with the most damage in their Object 430. Now, why is that? We are witnessing it now. Snap! Oh, he bounced. He's fighting another object there. He's got a damaged gun. And that's okay, it's damaged. You can still hit things. He's got a boss teammate helping him here. Can he just pump one in there? Oh, he bounced. He bounced. He bounced. He bounced. Maybe because his gun is damaged. What we are witnessing here. His gun is damaged, by the way. Just in case you didn't know. That's why his accuracy is so bad right now. That's why his little aim circle was so big. Just watch. Just watch. And you're still not sure. Claus, is this the highest damage game or the highest damage blocked by armor game? Shoot the truck. There you go. What is it? He's got over 5,000 damage and he's blocked 8,000. It's not over yet. It's not over. It's not over. Here he goes. Oh, that guy's... He's pulled back. He is safe. Yes, he is safe. You do have big fat cheeks, though. Goodbye, E100. Now, I don't normally do this. This is not the style of my channel to search a website and find the best game out of thousands and thousands of games and just show that one and go, oh, look, watch him dominate on the battlefield. But this series is about... You do have some pretty big cheeks there, T-57 Heavy. He's aiming. You do have 4 shots. He's bounced. Goodbye. But this particular series, we're going to do it for everyone. We're going to do it for light tanks, medium tanks, heavy tanks, TDs, and SPGs. And we're going to see that if we're going to look at the top 10 results of all the replays submitted by the thousands of people that submit replays and see if there's a pattern. Oh, he's going head on versus an IS-7 now. And he's got a Leopard behind him. He's boxed himself into a corner. There's nothing you can do now, my friend. You are toast, my friend. Toast! You are a cornered object. 430. Oh, the Leopard managed to... Is the Leopard using the stock gun or something? Or no, he can't, possibly. There is no... So he just low-rolled. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What happens now? What happens now? And it's not a victory. It's 12-12. Snap! Come on, Leopard, aim. The Leopard got you. The Leopard got you. Oh, boy. Oh, his teammate came through. And he's low on... So, what do you do now? Charge the IS-7. Why not? Why not just charge the IS-7? Pump one. Oh, the IS-7 blocked one. Just charge him. You're a medium tank. That's a heavy tank. It's a formidable match here. Just shoot him. No problem. Snap. Yeah, you're good. You're good. Damaged gun again. And... Oh, killed by a sneaky... His teammate in the Progetto accidentally shot him instead of the IS-7, which allowed the IS-7 to kill... He's dead. Dead. Well, it's not overpowered. He died. Look at that. He was killed. I would have shown this replay. He died like a Muppet. Victory. Let's look at the post-game stats on that one. And this was the highest damage block game in a tier 10 medium tank of this patch. Nijamo 2 in his Object 430U did 7,850 damage, 5 kills, and he blocked 10,910 damage. In his medium tank. Well done, my friend. Well done, my friend. But that was not the highest damage game played in this patch in a medium tank. This is the highest damage game played by any medium tank. Now, you know what? Why did we watch the highest damage block? Because I mentioned it earlier. If you can deal damage, you have a good gun, you can deal damage. Any tank in this game can deal damage. There's two ways of dealing damage consistently and getting really epic results. And one is to deal damage and not get detected while you do it. And there was a Leopard in the top 10 who had a great game, 11,000 damage. That's a way. That is a way that's fairly map dependent. This tank is also very stealthy and can deal damage without getting detected. But it has the advantage of, in situations where it is detected, it can block 10,910 damage. Which would mean the Leopard would be dead 5 times over. Whereas this tank lives to keep shooting. If you follow the logic there. So being able to block damage gives you the added bonus of not dying, which enables you to stay alive longer so you can shoot your gun longer. So why not, if you're gonna just pick one, why not have the armor as well? And I think that is what sets this thing apart. And when you look at those results, while we watch him get the highest damage game played on this patch, and he hasn't got any yet, but there you go. Now we'll get to see this gun in action. Because you'd think a tank that has really good armor, has that staying power that it can block 10,900 damage, would maybe give up a little bit of accuracy, a little bit of gun handling, so that to balance it, right? I would have to say this series is about trying to identify if there's a tank, tier 10 tank, that's absolutely broken. And yesterday's video clearly showed that the EBR 105 is absolutely broken at tier 10. It dominates in every category. Almost like the top 10 results. Not all of them. There was a damage dealt. There was that the French tier 10 was in there 2 or 3 times. But in every category, the EBR wins, including damage blocked, if they counted the damage that the rubber tires absorbed, which they don't count. Oh. Now, this tank, when we looked at the results, did not dominate completely. It dominated 9 out of 10 of the damage blocked by armor, which means you're helping your team win because the enemies are shooting you and not doing any damage instead of other players or soft targets. It didn't completely dominate damage dealt. There were other tanks in there. Okay. And it did not dominate the damage assist, which is the role of a medium tank in some cases. Damage, spotting and tracking, which was dominated. There was bat chats and there was projectos and there were other tanks in there. So as far as damage assist, it looked pretty balanced. When you look at those extreme results, if you see a variety of tanks, it means every tank has its day and they all have fairly good view range. They all have very similar concealment, believe it or not. The bat chat, this one, they're all pretty close. So, if you play your cards right, you can have a great game in pretty much any of them, spotting wise, if you have the right map. So that's not broken. And you guys can check the stats. They all have around the same concealment, pretty much. And if you get your full concealment crew, they're all in that same ballpark. So they're pretty balanced that way. The two categories that this one clearly, the combination of having fantastic armor and a gun that hits really hard means you have the staying power and your gun can keep shooting. So I will have to say that yes, this tank, not to the extreme level of the EBR 105, but yes, this is the broken tier 10 medium tank in the game. Because not only does it have armor that blocks more damage than some heavies consistently, it has the mobility, it has the gun, and when you look at the results, it dominates on damage done and damage blocked. Not completely on damage done. There's other situations. We saw a Leopard in there. But let's watch him go. Let's watch him go. It's just started. He still doesn't even have as much damage as the previous game that we saw. No, but there's a lot of enemies left. Boom. Yes, Brabizia. There's only 3. They've only killed 3 enemies so far. He's up to 5,000 damage. It's a target-rich environment, my friend. And he's able, because of the armor on this thing, and he's taken some damage, he's able to be the front-line tank, deal the damage, block the damage, and get the spotting assist. Although his team is not doing a very good job of shooting people that he is detecting, because he's the front-line tank here. Let's just take this guy. Got off. How much damage is he at? You read it on the screen there. It's over 5,000, 5,600 and something. And I'm just going to sip my coffee and enjoy. We can't say it's just a regular schmo playing a regular tank. What you're watching is 2 really, and I don't know them. They didn't send me these replays. 2 really good players, obviously, playing their tanks with really good crews. Probably, I'm just going to assume, really good crews with all the necessary skills. Running food, taking the game seriously. And this is the most epic result. And look at that, boom. The gun hits hard. The gun hits harder than the Leopard. Let's see, can he actually get that shot? Yeah. He didn't aim it, but it went in. And the damage just keeps adding up. Consistently. He's gonna run out of ammo. How much damage can this thing do if it runs out of ammo and hits every shot? He has missed a few shots. He's not gonna get that extreme. Let's see, can he make that shot? Yeah. Like if you take how much ammo a tank has and the average alpha, and he hits every shot and pens every shot, how much damage could you possibly do? Now that's not the maximum, because you could light some people on fire. Let's just watch. It's adding up. He's over 7,000. He's still not at the total that we just watched on the highest damage blocked game. But yeah, he's just surpassed it. No, he's like, no, he hasn't yet. He's 7,000. This is how much damage. Where we are right now is how much damage the guy did in the previous game. But there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tanks. 7 tanks to be shot. 7 tanks to be farmed. 1. Now he's surpassed him. Oh boy. Look at this. And I know we're gonna do this for heavy tanks, SPGs, TDs, and the series is called, which broken tanks. But I don't necessarily know when we observe the TDs or the SPGs whether that's going to be the case. If we check those top 10 results, and you see 6 different tanks in the top 10 results of damage dealt, then you can say, oh well, they all do okay if they're played well. They all shared in those epic results. But when you see 9 out of 10 of the epic results is all 1 tank, then it's over the top broken, right? It needs to be balanced. It needs to be caged. Object 4030U needs to be caged, but it won't be. It's Russian. It's not going to be. It could get buffed, It's Gotov. I swear to God, they might buff it. Maybe there's probably some developers in Russia that may think it's a little bit too slow. I played game and I could not keep up with Leopard. I tried to last kill, but Leopard got away. We need to buff speed, 5 kilometers per hour. You never know. It could be buffed, is what I'm saying. It was scheduled for a nerf a while back, but there was deep concern on the RU server, and the nerf was cancelled. And I'm not kidding about that. I'm not making a joke. That is not a joke. They did consider nerfing this tank. I don't know what the nerfs would have been. Some slight gun handling nerfs. I don't know what they were. But there was deep concern on the RU server, and the nerfs were cancelled. Now, see what I'm saying? All of these tanks, all the medium tanks share in concealment and stealthiness and speed. Like they're almost, they are pretty balanced. The Bad Chat, the Leopard, this one, the Progetto, the STB one. They're all kind of fast and they all kind of got good count. They're all kind of balanced around view range and concealment. The Bad Chat's a little better, the Leopard's a little better, but not much, right? The big differences are the gun handling, the alpha, and the armor. Those are the differences. Which allows this one, let's check the post-game stats here, and we see Freak from the Pub from the Elroy clan and his Object 430U did 11,984 damage, 6 kills. He also blocked 4,000 damage. And lost a shit ton of credits, because why not? That's besides the point. So there you have it. The most broken Tier 10 medium tank in this patch. And for the last couple of patches. The Object 430U, the winner. Join me tomorrow where we will examine heavy tanks. Is there a broken Tier 10 heavy tank? I don't know. We will see tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. And smash that like button and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'm supposed to tell you that. Catch you tomorrow.